coaching postseason basketball in Memphis. What did you make of the electricity and the environment of the crowd today?
I mean, it was amazing. It was like from the first moment on, it was the team was humming, and the energy from the crowd just fed into it, and such a positive cycle. Really, really honored to be part of that.
What qualities were you looking for that brought John Konchar back into the mix the last play-in game after sort of being out of the mix, and then Marvin Bagley into the mix tonight after being out? What qualities were you looking for in those guys that brought them back, and how did you feel about sort of the contributions you got from them?
Well, we spoke a lot about, like I've spoken about in these few games, a lot about finding the right type of lineups and the right balance between those lineups. And one of the things that hasn't been discussed a lot is we have been an absolute juggernaut with Zach Edey on the floor last 10 games. I think his on off is somewhere above 30 per 100, and we've had issues especially with our rebounding in those units that he's not been part of. And what we wanted to do was balance out those lineups that he's out. So having Chitty and Marvin, two of our better rebounders off the bench, and a little bit more positional size and length, and simplify our game plan also offensively. This was the plan. The only challenge for us was that Marvin didn't participate in the practice yesterday because of illness. So this almost derailed the game plan, and incredibly, obviously, Ja is a different story, like how the guy can perform like this and after that type of injury. But Marvin is another one. You know, yesterday he could not make it to the facility. It was that bad in the morning. He did an extra practice where he went through everything that we had gone through as a team yesterday, and the assistant coaches gave the green light, and medical gave the green light, and incredible performance. And then you got, John Konchar, who's been in and out of the lineup throughout the season, more out than in, and playing 24 minutes plus 18, bringing tremendous contributions. Very disciplined defense on Klay Thompson. You always get possession game extras from him, and very, very proud of those guys.
You touch on it a little bit, but you saw Ja in practice and moving around, and then the dunk in particular that he had in the first half. Did you think he was, given the injury, even capable of doing something like that tonight? And what was your reaction to the play?
I mean, I've learned not to doubt him too much. He comes up with some stuff that I'm not sure there's any other human being on the planet that can do stuff like that. And when it's as a coach, I just try to stay even keel, and I try to stay in my solution mode and not to get emotionally, attached to the game because it's mostly decision making there. But plays like that test that side of me, and it was an amazing play. But in the moment, you're just thinking, okay, what are the next moves, and you try to stay very disciplined with your mindset.
Coach, you've talked since the beginning about taking it day by day, one game, one moment at a time. But when you think about the collective weight that's been around this team over the past month to get the win today, what does it mean, and how does it sort of allow you guys to take the next step into the postseason now with a fresh sort of perspective?
Yeah, I mean, exactly like this. There's been so much happening around the team, and we've been able to kind of create our own bubble where every day we just work, we try to get better, and we lean on each other, and guys have done that. Like, they've really trusted each other. They've trusted the coaching staff, like, really a lot. Like, I'm incredibly appreciative to them for that, and like, the Golden State loss was very emotional for everybody because we thought we let a golden opportunity slip away, and that we can do better. In the last couple of days, just the focus from everybody. I said this yesterday after the practice, that you could feel it in every person that was in the gym, whether it be support staff, front office, coaching staff, players. everybody had just the sole focus of just getting everything out of this, and we're going to do it together. And that's the great thing about sports. Sometimes those challenging moments they bring you closer, and I think we've been able to do that, and now we have momentum on our side.
Coach, right here, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, but given the magnitude of the moment, do you think that might have been the best game you've seen Zach play as a pro?
I don't know. Very difficult to say, but for sure just had a conversation with one of the assistant coaches that Zach also took the Golden State game very hard, after that, and he's shown incredible progress, and I don't know why he would feel responsible for the loss in Golden State, because he's been amazing the last games, and that just says a lot about him. He's a young guy, and I had a brief conversation with him after the game and just said, like, how lucky are we, First year in the NBA, we get to go to the playoffs. There are players in the league who've never been there. There are coaches in the league who've never been there, and we have this opportunity right off the bat, not to take it for granted. So I think he still has his best performances are ahead of him.
And obviously important right here, Coach. Obviously important. Tonight was an important accomplishment for you guys, but now you got the challenge ahead of facing OKC in round one. What kind of challenges do they provide, and also being prepared for game one on Sunday at 12? Just that quick of a turnaround. What type of challenge would that be as well?
Well, if you talk about challenges, I would say it's a relatively big one to face the team with I think the all-time highest net rating in NBA history. So they're a well-oiled machine. They play very well. They have one of the best, if not the most valuable player in the league in their roster. But everybody supports each other in that team. Also, they have almost no weaklings defensively. Offensively, they know exactly what they want to get, and they've also been able to prepare the whole week. So for us, this quick turnaround, we're going to look to keep good thing going and take it, as we've said so far, that 1:30 we have our first preparation together. We're going to take everything out of that we can and do the same thing then when we play. I believe it's Sunday. If I'm correct, I'm not really following the days here. just really going day by day.
Just back to John real quick. Did you know what to expect of him tonight, and how important was the energy and that he brought to particularly early to the game?
I knew to expect that determination. That was something, he had verbalized that he will play no matter what, but the severity of the injury was legitimately nobody could say if he can actually step foot on the court. Yesterday in practice, he was, limping around. He is unable to walk normally, and then you see this type of performance from your leader. It's the others have no chance but to follow suit, and also as a coach, it puts you into a position where you feel like, okay, if this guy is willing to do that for the team, I gotta pull my weight, and we gotta do as a coaching staff, do better job than we've done before, to prepare this team. So that type of performances and that type of resilience, it really pushes everybody to a new level. And I think this can be the identity of this team, that we always feel like we have more to give.
Just going into the playoff series now, does anything change from the approach that you had these last two play-in games when you know it's just one game versus knowing that it's going to be a longer series?
Well, in a series, the dynamic is always a little bit different, In one-game series, there's no adjustment from game to game. You have that first game, and you gotta bring your best performance and hope for a little bit of luck. In a 7-game series, there's still luck involved, but there's less luck, and you have the chance from between the games also to make more adjustments, and that's something we look forward to. Thank you.